What the fuck's going on, panochas? This is episode 6. I recorded this bullshit yesterday, but I was having mic problems and shit, and where I was at sounded hella echoey, so had to re-record the shit. And I really liked yesterday because it was a lot. I was mad as fuck when I made that video, so it added more, type shit. But I can be mad again. So, anyways. And so this wasn't a pre-planned episode, actually. I have all my shit written down, on that little clipboard on stuff that I plan and stuff like that. So this was one that was kind of like spontaneous. I was like, you know what? I want to talk about this because I was scrolling through my Snap memories and I seen some shit that made me mad. I was already mad before that. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a little video on that because I think a lot of y'all need to hear this and just shit that I see on y'all's Snapchat stories and social media, Instagram bullshit. So basically, today I want to talk about uh, what I'll call creating your character. And I'm not talking about no video game, Fortnite, Minecraft shit. I'm talking about you, like building your personal character. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm saying is, you got different types of people. You got those people that give a fuck what people think, and they walk on eggshells their whole life, trying to impress other people, trying to live for other people, this and that, what their parents want them to do, this and that, and you don't live your life. Then you got the bad motherfuckers, that don't give a fuck, be doing what they, out in the streets and shit, shooting and shit, doing stupid shit. They end up in jail, waste their life away. You got deadbeats and absent people. You got all different types of people, but it's all a character. It's all characteristics. And so I kind of want to talk about, because I've been seeing a lot of stuff on, like I said, social media. Y'all are like saying, "Oh well, I just got cheated on, and what do I do with myself?" and blah blah blah. And then I seen another one that was talking about their baby daddy. What they say? Something about their baby daddy. Like, man, I never should have slept with that man. Blah blah blah. Well, you did. Um, and that's just that. And so I want to kind of do a little story time on how, because let's be real, I wasn't always how I am now. Like I wasn't always don't give a fuck, say what I want to say, this and that. I didn't always used to be like this. Matter of fact, when I was younger, like in elementary, is when kind of things really started. I was actually a very timid kid, like very timid, nervous, didn't really talk to nobody, shy and quiet, all of that. Um, and I guess starting in elementary, um, I kind of started making some friends or whatever. Everyone has a story like, oh, they was bullied and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, everyone has one. Everyone's is different, whatever. I'm only saying the story time because this incorporates into how I became who I am today in a way. Um, so fast forward, elementary. Um, so y'all know my grandma, the one who did brujeria, she raised me until I was 9. And so during that period of time when I lived with her, she didn't have a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like we weren't like wealthy or even middle class. Like we was lower class, maybe even lower than that. You know, and so a lot of actually all the clothes I had, the toys I had, the um, you know, furniture, my little PlayStation, all of that was secondhand stuff, Goodwill, thrift stores, things like that. And there ain't nothing wrong with Goodwill. I want to put that out there. There ain't nothing wrong with secondhand stores. There ain't nothing wrong with discount stores like Ross and DD's, Marshalls, shit like that. They have some good shit. And matter of fact, sometimes some of that shit kind of expensive, so it really ain't secondhand or discounted. But anyways, besides the point, even Five Below really ain't Five Below. But basically, who texted me? I thought that was Bay. Nah, I'm playing. Uh, and so I keep getting off track, bro. My bad, my bad, my bad. Anyways, elementary school. So yeah, hell yeah, kids used to make fun of me and shit, like because I had on Goodwill clothes, and I didn't. My shoes weren't always brand new, and my pants may have been a little too big, and I didn't have all the fancy notebooks and all that fucking bullshit, and those little food erasers that all these motherfuckers had. I ain't had none of that. We couldn't afford that. Um, and but as a child, I never really saw that I was less fortunate, if that makes sense. Like, I never forgot where I came from, and bitch, I still don't hoe. Unlike a lot of you motherfuckers forgot where the fuck you came from. And so that was that. And then fast forward to middle school. Middle school is kind of when it really started, kind of broke me out of my shell type shit, because so it was an incident in middle school, and I want to talk about it because bitch, that's the beginning of what made me the fuck. You know what I'm saying? So back in middle school, uh, yeah, this was sixth grade. There was this stupid bitch named Angelica, dusty hoe, and I still can't stand the bitch. And yes, I did name drop the bitch, and I don't give a fuck if she watch it or not, hoe, because I want you to see how the fuck that little stupid shit that you did made me go through years after that. You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit you done put me through because you wanted to be a stupid bitch. The fuck. And so, yeah, I can't stand that bitch. Anyways, I'll name drop any hoe, y'all know that. And so, sixth grade, yeah, sixth grade. So I had this journal, right? Y'all know I like to draw and uh, do arts and stuff like that. And so I had this black journal. It was a leather journal. It had empty notebook pages. It was a drawing journal. And I've always been into the darker side of shit, whether it be skulls, coffins. I dress dark, the piercings, the tattoos. I've always been into the darker side, the darker aura of shit. It's just how I've been. I mean, the fuck. Even when I was a kid, I mean, I liked the fucking Undertaker. I liked Kane. I liked skulls and demons and ghosts and devil, all that shit. Yeah, I wasn't no devil worshiper, but I always liked the darker side of shit. The fuck. And so, anyways, so I had drawn some pictures in there, and they weren't nothing crazy. It was like some skulls, and I had drawn some demons and fire and shit like that. Well, this stupid fat bitch thought that it would be funny. So in athletics, or in middle school, when we would go to athletics, we put our backpacks in the class that we were going to before. We would put our backpacks in the class that we were going to after athletics. So that way, after athletics, we just go to class, and it was supposed to cut down on tardiness, shit like that. So we all left our bags in the room, and the rooms were supposed to be locked. Fucking bullshit. Anyways, so I guess somehow, some way, this fat bitch knew I had that journal, and she snuck in and got that journal. And I don't know if it was just her or her and a little couple of her bitch ass friends thought it would be funny to write in that journal as if it was me. And so they made like a whole little kill list of people that I apparently didn't like. And they made like a little crush list of people that I apparently liked, which I didn't like really anybody on that list. And so I didn't even write the bitch. And so, anyways, they made this whole thing out to be way more than what it was. And, the pictures didn't help, the skulls and demons and shit. So basically, that turned into a big old thing. So that was what, fourth period, fifth period athletics? No, fourth, no, third or fourth. By the time lunchtime hit, I was sitting at my table with my friends, and the superintendent, the assistant principal, and the principal of the middle school came to my lunch table, and they was like, Mr. Gardner, grab your tray if you're not done with your lunch, and then please come with me. I was like, what the fuck? Me as a kid, I'm like, what the fuck did I do? You know what I mean? And y'all don't mind me. I've been having a little health issues and shit like that. So my voice is a little, anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So they told me to go with them. I'm like, okay, the fuck for? So anyways, so I went to the office with them, and then so they sit me down and they asked for my backpack, and they start going through my backpack. And so at the time I had a scary movie in there that I had borrowed from one of my friends. It was the It movie. I had a deck of cards, like playing cards, and they were zombie themed, so they had zombies on them. I had What else did I had? I think I had some type of action figure or some shit in there. I don't remember what the fuck. But anyways, they confiscated all that shit. Like my scissors, they confiscated all that shit. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So then they bring the journal out and they're like, do you have any idea what this is? I was like, yeah, that's my drawing journal. How y'all get that? I didn't know that it wasn't in my bag. And so then they get to telling me that, yeah, someone found it. And, they were worried for their safety, which is really because this stupid bitch wanted to make shit up. And so basically, long story short, um, so that next morning, one, I had to stay in the office the rest of that day. Two, that next morning when I got on the bus, the fucking the head I forgot head of transportation had to ride with me to school. I had to sit at the very fucking front of the bus. Who's that? With him the whole bus ride for a week, like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. And he would hold my backpack, and I was like, bro, this shit, like, one, that shit's mad embarrassing. Two, I didn't even do shit. And so, anyways, and what's funny through this whole thing is that this bitch used to get bullied bad. So the fact that she would do some shit like that, and I didn't really even fuck with her, to me, bitch, you deserved every fucking ridicule, every insult that you got, ho. The fuck? And you know what I'm saying? Look at you and look at me. No comparison. Anyways, and that's not arrogance, bitch. That's facts. The fuck. And so, and I still have that fucking journal, ho. So if we really want to see receipts and all that shit you wrote, I could really dig that bitch up, and we could really do a little story time and open that bitch up. Cause I come with receipts, ho. Anyways, so why get look at me getting mad again. So anyways, yeah, so that happened in middle school. They had to call my mom up there to come collect all my shit, the movie and all that. And basically from that point on, people started calling me devil worshiper. They started, you know, and every time they would walk by me in the hallway, they'd be like, don't kill me, stupid shit like that. And, I did go home. There were times I went home because a lot of my friends turned on me. They started insulting me and shit like the rest of the fucking kids. Um, and so, there were times that I went home and I was hella, upset and, but bitch, never was I depressed to where you thought you did something, ho. Okay. You could never get me there. Um, and so, but one day I was like, play into that shit. Like, stop feeling sorry for yourself. It already happened. Don't be the victim. That's exactly what they want. And I really like sat down and like had to think. And so, anyways, long story short, people would walk by me in the hallways. They would hold door. They started holding doors open for me when I came walking down the hallway. They would like move out of the way and like get against the lockers and like let me just walk by. And I was like, you know what? All right, this is how we're gonna do shit. So that was really the beginning of when I started coming into character, because like I said, I used to be nice. I used to be shy and timid and all that. But then I was like, this is in the sense of the bullied, which would have been me, becomes the bully. And when I say that, I'm not saying that I bullied people that were less, what I'm saying, like less fortunate or I knew couldn't stand up for themselves. I didn't do that shit, bitch. And anybody that says I did, bring the facts, ho, please. And matter of fact, so from then on, people, and even that was in sixth grade, so even through seventh grade and eighth grade, people still started that devil worshiper shit. But I mean, it kind of died off as we got older because some motherfuckers matured. But there was always that one person that would bring the shit up. You know how that go. And so basically, from then on, I became, I didn't let nobody fuck with me. After all that and how they made me feel, I was like, nah, y'all not finna do that. I ain't no fucking punk. And so then, oh yeah, so what was this? This was that same year. There was this short motherfucker. I used to go to school with him at the previous school, had problems with him there. Then he came to the new fucking school I was at, still had problems with him there. His name was Hayden. Anyways, I think we're cool now. And as we got older, obviously, but back then he used to be a little bitch. And so he would always try to be this macho motherfucker. And he was real short. Anyways, so what? One day we were sitting in, like, I guess I forgot what that main area was called, but like assembly, I guess, all the bleachers at, and they do announcement and shit. So sixth grade sat here, seventh grade sat here, eighth grade sat here, yada yada. Anyway, so everyone was up in that bitch. It was like maybe 15 minutes before announcement started. He decides to come up to me, and he was like, he started talking shit, and I'm sitting at the top of the bleachers, by myself, reading a book, just chilling. He comes up to me and starts saying shit. Oh, you're a fucking devil worshiper, and just talking shit. And so I'm not really paying him no mind because I'm not an instigator. Like, well, then this motherfucker, he get he thought he could fucking slap me, and so he slaps me, and not super hard, but he still slapped me, and I literally felt like a switch. That was it. That a switch went off in my head. Like I literally felt like a little click. And from that, I said, "No, hell no." So I get up and I push this motherfucker. And mind you, we're at the top of the bleachers, so I'm pushing him backwards. He falls like 2 or 3 rows down, and he's shook. Like, because one, he probably wasn't expecting me to do that shit. Two, he thought he could do some shit. And from then on, he didn't do shit to me. Like, he talked his little shit, but he didn't do shit to me from then on. From then on, I said, never again is a motherfucker gonna fuck with me. And so from then on, this is when I kind of came into that persona that really what I'm trying to tell y'all is, who do you want to be? You know what I mean? I don't want to be no punk. I don't want people to think they can walk all over me because they sure the fuck can't. Not then and not now. Okay? And so that's when I started, I started kind of cussing. I mean, I cussed before that, but that's when it really started. I started, walking around with that don't give a fuck attitude, changed my style up a bit. And just anybody that used to bully me no longer did. I don't give a fuck who you were, the little popular motherfuckers that try to be somebody. Nobody said shit to me, Hope. Because I was not scared to say shit no more. I was not scared to do shit no more. You know what I mean? And so, because at that moment, and that's kind of, like I said, what kind of built me into who I am today, is because I wanted people, I don't care how people view me. I mean, you could like me or you can't. I mean, I don't care. As you can see, I dress the way I want to fucking dress. I look the way I want to look. I talk the way I want to talk. I mean, my hair's fucking bright red. I got hella piercings. I got all these tattoos, chains, dark clothes. Uh, I mean, the fuck, I developed my own style. I developed my own, persona and how I want to be because that's what the fuck I wanted. I don't give a fuck who don't like it. I don't care if you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. I don't care if society look at me some type of way. I don't care if elders look at me some type of way because I'm not living for them. And that's really what the message is. Like, who are you living for in your life? I know a lot of people that are doing shit because their parents want them to do it. They're not happy with what they're doing. I know a lot of people, went to college, got some degree for something they didn't even want to do. Why? Because their parents wanted them to. I know a lot of people that stuck with a job they don't want because that's what somebody else wanted them to do. A lot of people stuck with somebody because that's who they feel all they could get. They with somebody just to be with somebody. For what? For what? You get one life. One fucking life. And so who is you gonna live it for? For yourself or for everybody else that's gonna die off before you, after you? Because when they die, well, who are you left with? Yourself. When you die, what are they gonna remember you as? Everything that you did for them. But what did they do for you? You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I mean when I say coming into character. Do you want to live by your standards? Be who you are, like who you want to like, uh, say what you want to say, dress how you want to dress. I mean, stop worrying about what other people think, what other people say, because one day these people ain't gonna matter. If they're not paying your bills, bro, if they're not putting money in your pocket, what the fuck do they matter for? You get what I'm saying? And that's why I don't let nobody fuck with me. Like, I may get frustrated and shit, but I don't let nobody eat at me to where they feel like they could do something, because you will never in your life play with me, ho. You couldn't even fuck with me on my worst day. Fuck out of here. Like, and so that's another little story time I wanted, is I don't discriminate. I mean, and so back in 8th grade, I used to get bullied. Even after all that shit happened, people would still bully me, but it was for something else. There was this little gay kid, and I'm not gonna name drop him, but people would make fun of him, hella shit, for being gay, whatever. But I remembered what it was like for people to make fun of you and, just cap on you and shit for no reason. So I ended up befriending him and we became friends. I didn't give a damn. I mean, I don't care. Like I said, I don't care what color you are. I don't care your sexual orientation. I don't care who you like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of that. The only thing I care about is how you treat me to my face and how you treat me behind my back. And if you don't do that snake shit, two-faced shit, then you cool with me. Just keep it real with me. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care about none of that. And so people used to bully him, and I was. He had some other friends, but I was one of the only people that would stick up for him. And if he ever says I didn't, motherfucker, you lying, because I went through a lot of shit defending you and your name, just because I remembered what it was like for people to make you feel less than what you were. And so I was friends with him, and people would always say, "Oh, you gay," and blah blah blah, like say shit like that. Not like we weren't doing shit like ever, like we were friends. And so, but just because I was friends with him and his sexual orientation, automatically that opens the doors for bullies. But they said what they wanted to say, but they never put their fucking hands on him. Because if you have a problem with him, bitch, you got a problem with me, because I defend all my friends like that, even till this day. Okay, automatically. You got a problem with one of my friends, you got a problem with me. And I'm gonna take my friend's side regardless. Okay? That's just how it is. That's what a real friend do. So another thing I want to talk about is stop wasting your time on these people that is not putting the same energy into you. And you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, because y'all be posting on social media that y'all got played, or you thought this was the one, or y'all be talking 2 weeks and then 2 weeks later y'all already saying I love you and talking about marriage and shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Moment of silence for these dead assholes. Because what the fuck is wrong with you? You can't get to know somebody in 2 weeks and think that they the one for the rest of your life. And this is why this younger generation, a lot of y'all got baby daddies. Y'all what, 23 years old in that time frame. Y'all got 2 kids, no baby daddy. He in and out of, I keep seeing his mugshot on fucking busted newspaper. I mean, be for real. Be for real. And so that's what I'm saying, is stop putting your energy into people that don't put the same energy back. It's not 80-10. It's not 70-30. It need to be 50-50. Whatever you put in, they supposed to be putting in with you. You know what I'm saying? You look dumb at the end of the day. And I'm not saying I ain't been there before. You think you like this person, you think you know them, you think they're the one, and you're sinking all this energy, you're putting all this effort into trying to see them, trying to make them happy, gifts, dates, all that. And for what? For them to end up either going with someone else, or, decide, oh, they don't want that, or they're not even over their ex. And it's like, the fuck? And then you look stupid at the end of the day. Donkey of the day, hoe. You know what I'm saying? And so when I say come into character, all this plays into it. You want to look fucking dumb, or you want to, what's the, you want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, have some respect for yourself. Have some respect for yourself. Have a little bit of ego. There ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of ego. I'm not saying be hella arrogant and think that your shit don't stink and stuff like that. But you need to know that you good enough. Like, have a little bit of ego about yourself. Know that, oh, I'm better than that. You're better than the bullshit. You know? And so, goddamn. And so when I say Do you want to live for yourself, or do you want to live how other people want you to live? That's the question. Because you can do everything in your life that someone else wants you to do, but when they die, when y'all not friends no more, y'all don't got a relationship, y'all don't got this, you stuck. Like, damn, I done gave all my years of life doing what they wanted me to do. What do I do now? Well, you already old. You old or washed up, or you know, you know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, have a little bit of arrogance about yourself, but don't take it too far, bitch, because you ain't better than the next hoe. You ain't better than them. They ain't better than you. You ain't better than me. I ain't better than you. Now, what I will say though is I'm better than all my fucking haters, hoe. I'm better than that dusty bitch. I'm better than this one. I'm better than that one. Anybody that hate on me, anybody that think they, like, oh, he ain't shit, bitch, you ain't shit, hoe. Because you can never do what I did. You can never do what I do. You know what I mean? And that's that. Yeah. And that goes for anybody. All of y'all are better than your haters. They can't even keep the light. They can't even keep the electricity on. They ain't got no running water. They ain't got no car. Definitely ain't got no job. You can't say shit to me. You ain't got no income, hope. Uh, they don't know who the baby daddy is. They got 3, 4, 5 baby mamas. They in and out of jail. Mug shots on Facebook. Like, be for real. If you got a woman driving you around in her car, you ain't got no car, man, tap out. Like I said, moment of silence for these motherfuckers' egos and self-respect, because that shit is dead. Moment of Anyways, I've just been going on just talking, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Build your character, decide who you want to be in life, because you get one. So it don't matter how nobody else look at you. It matter how you want to carry yourself. It matter how you want to be. Don't let nobody think they could fuck with you. Don't let nobody think that they ever better than you, because they're not. And I'm gonna end it on that note. And it didn't take me, and like I said, I've been trying to cut down these videos because I know the last couple ones been 50, 40 hour minute, hour long. It's just because I be hella talking, but I try to cut it down a little bit. So, but I said everything I needed to fucking say, and that's that. And so on that note, this was, like I said, this was a spontaneous episode. I didn't really have this one planned, but I was already mad, and I was like, you know what, I better just go ahead and say this, because some of y'all need to hear it. Some of y'all lose sight of who you really are, who you can be, what you can do. People thinking making you feel like you're less than what you are. You know what I'm saying? Don't play into that. So on that note, anyways, so to end that, I have hella shit planned and coming for next episodes. I want to have Miss Renee in another video. I'm working on getting a few other guests to kind of come in the video. I'm trying to get some ideas on what I want to do. Because we just do this shit for fun. I mean, nothing crazy. And so, but yeah, on that note, I'm gonna end this. Remember what the fuck I said, ho. And if you ever need a little pick me up, come back to this. But not for real. Okay, anyways, I'm in this shit. Y'all take care, panochas. Stay tuned for episode 7. I don't know what the fuck is gonna be yet. I gotta, skim through and be like, what do I want to do? But it's gonna come. I'm gonna try to be, like I say every damn video and don't do. I'm gonna try to be more consistent. I've just been hella busy. I've been hella sick. So, anyways, y'all take care, panocha pelos. Y'all better wash y'all's asshole. It's too damn hot for y'all to be out here not wearing deodorant and smelling musty and shit. Way too damn hot for that.